Well, hello, friends. Psalms 23, verse 4 says this: Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I remember one time I was hiking in this place called Rattlesnake Point in Milton. And as you're walking along the path, you're elevated high up. Milton, in this area, there's very elevated in Milton. There's a lot of good ski hills and a lot of hills in Milton. But there's these spots at Rattlesnake Point where you could go down, and then they had these caves, and you could go off the mountain path and drop down into these caves. Well, once you dropped into those caves, you couldn't see anything. You didn't really know where you were going. You had a little bit of sunlight coming in. And so it was dark. It wasn't like up on the path where it was bright and there was lots of people. You were now by yourself and feeling like you were alone in these caves. But what was amazing is that these caves were full of adventure, and that you could kind of make your way through it. The little bit of sunlight that was coming in. And sometimes in life, we feel like we're in these valleys. We feel like we're in these dark times. We're all alone. There's not very much light. It just feels very dark, very bleak. And we feel like we are alone. But David is reminding us that even in those valley moments, even when you feel like you're at your lowest point, that God is with you. He mentioned about a rod and a staff, they comfort me. What is amazing is that with a shepherd, a rod and a staff were very important. What the rod did is it would have this little crook on it. And when a sheep was getting too close to maybe going over a cliff or going into a water that was a strong current, the shepherd would use that rod and pull the sheep back. And then the staff, a staff was what a shepherd used to lead the sheep. If the sheep were kind of going off the wrong path or they were heading towards danger, the shepherd would give them just a little tap. The sheep knew that when they got that tap, it meant they needed to shift and they needed to move. So the rod and the staff were very comforting to a sheep because they knew that the shepherd would keep them out of danger, that would keep them safe. So when you get into those valley moments, when you get into those moments when it feels like it's dark and it's bleak and everything is going wrong, the shepherd is right there with you. You are never alone. You will never be alone. God will always be with you. There is no high point and there is no low point that God won't go. He will go with you through everything you're going through. So today, if you are feeling alone, I want you to know that you can call out to God. Now, I pray too that in those moments when you feel alone, that God will send people your way. God will send help your way. But always know that God is with you. Even in the valleys, God will be with you. He has been with me in some of the darkest times of my life. God has always been there, and He will always be there with you. So take courage in that, my friends, that God is always with us. Well, thank you so much, my friends, for watching and tuning in today. And I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I can't wait to see you very soon. Bye for now.